Warning: Alan and JJ Johnson are not professional comedians. During this program, you will be exposed to unfiltered dad jokes in their most potent and raw form, dads telling them to each other. Watching this video may lead to serious physical harm, including facepalm concussions, head-shaking whiplash, and uncontrollable groaning. Proceed at your own risk.
Hey everybody, this is Alan.
And I'm JJ.
And this is Two Dads and a Joke. We're here to give you a 6-pack of dad jokes with just a shot of parenting advice. And you know what, JJ? I don't know about in your house, but I could have used some advice on peanut butter before the COVID thing happened. We have gone through just a massive amount of coconut. Like we get the Sam's like 2-gallon bucket of peanut butter at my house during COVID, which is something we've never done before. But I found out like people use peanut butter for lots of different things. You know, I saw a guy the other day. He was out smearing peanut butter on the road. You know why?
I have no idea, man.
To go with the traffic jam.
That was a good one, dude.
You like that?
Yeah, so you know, here in Oklahoma, our stay-at-home orders lifted pretty good, but hey, I was considered an essential worker. So I got to get out and drive and go all the way down to work and stuff, and the roads were clear, but I got pulled over one day.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did. I got pulled over, and I'm like, oh, man, he's going to ask me why I'm out and about, all this stuff. And he walks up, and I really wasn't all that worried, but, you know, he walks up to the car, and he just knocks on, you know, I roll it down, and I look at him, and he goes, papers. And I go, scissors. I win.
Oh, that probably did not go very well for you.
Well,
no,
probably.
Nah,
not really.
not so much. Not so much. Well, that's a good one. I love that, JJ. So, as you can tell, JJ is quite clever. And in the linguistic skills, he pulled that one out of nowhere. And I gotta say, JJ, I hear that you've used your linguistic skills in the written form. What's your latest project?
My latest project is book 2 in my Iggy and Oz series. I write middle grade fiction, and book 2 is out, and that is Iggy and Oz: The Soda Pop Wars.
The Soda Pop Wars.
Yes, I mean I got the book, I got the bookmark, and it says basically family reading just got wild. And so anyway, you can pick this up on Amazon. Basically, it's what if you found an old vintage soda pop machine that gave you superpowers every time you sipped a soda pop. And so it's a lot of fun.
So, is there a mega belch power, possibly?
A mega belch power? I don't know if there's a belch power. Actually, I got a list of soda pop, list of the types. I mean, we got Flying Orange, Invisible Grape, Speedster Green Apple, Walk Through Walls of Root Beer. I'd like that one.
Nice.
Strawberry Wind. You need to read the book to find out what that one is. Mind Reading Cola.
I'm afraid of Strawberry Wind.
So, anyway, it's out.
Yeah. So, JJ, you know, one of the things everybody should know is you can find out more of our jokes and what's going on with this writing we're doing out at Two Dads and a Joke. At Two Dads and a Joke on social media. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And we like to go out and curate other people's stuff. I got this great post here from Dadjokes Everywhere. It's a group on Facebook. Got a couple dogs sitting there talking to each other. Why aren't chickens allowed in church?
Not sure.
Because they only use foul language.
I walked into that one. That was a good one. Who put that out there?
Gotta thank Dadjokes Everywhere for that one.
All right. So, Alan, what is that behind you right there?
behind me, if you've watched the show, there's usually a big poster back there, and this is the cover of Fear No Evil, the next book in my middle grade series. I don't have physical books yet. This is still early in the launch process, but I do have a cover, and it's coming out December 5th. It'll be live. It's available for pre-order right now out at towersoflight.net. You can pre-order it there. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all over the place. But the kids get lost and separated in a valley of darkness. And the question is, will they fear no evil? That's the story right there.
There you go. That was book 3 in the series, so...
It is, book 3 of 5. I've locked it down to 5 at this point.
Nice. So, during the whole COVID and quarantine thing, when we were all staying at home, and we were all about ready to kill each other because every time we turned around, somebody was right there all the time. I started to realize that my kids were starting to treat me a lot like God. You know why?
Why?
Because they acted like I didn't exist until they wanted to ask for something.
Ooh, that's harsh. Harsh, but true.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I've been caught up in this peanut butter this whole time. Lots of peanut butter going around. And early on during COVID, I heard a rumor about peanut butter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I better not spread it.
Come on. Oh, man.
Yeah, there were a lot of rumors related to COVID. I don't know, the misinformation is probably more voluminous than the information that came out of all of that.
I think the misinformation's been it's everywhere, man. Nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah, so I guess I could spread that rumor about peanut butter, but...
You could spread it and get away with it.
So, but thinking about it, we got lockdown, you got some homeschool going on that you didn't anticipate. I mean... When you think about all of that's happened, right? You're kind of 6 months down on this. Like how has God shown up in the middle of all of this, with all of the change and chaos, and how has He helped you through it?
I think for me, one thing I will say this, because our church stopped having. We go to a big church. We stopped having services in mid-March, and because we were so big and we wanted to be smart, we didn't open officially back up until June, and even then it was you had to reserve it. And even now, we're still only back to about halfway, and so a lot of people are still streaming because whether it doesn't matter. I mean, be smart, do you is the way where. But the two things that got me, actually there's 3 things that got me. I never realized how busy I was on a Sunday, and I finally understood what it meant to just have some biblical rest. Because my wife works on staff at a church, so we're always busy on a Sunday morning, and we're always go. And I understand there's beauty in gathering together and worshiping, but there's also beauty in just resting and just relaxing and just we crawl out of bed, watch the service on our TV as a family, and it was like. I just finally realized what it meant to just take a day and just rest and relax and just take it easy. And that was the first thing. The second thing was, I think the church it showed me that I think that sometimes the church has a lot of pride. And I think that, we get so caught up in this idea sometimes of us versus them, or, I believe this, you don't believe that. And I think what it's shown us is that we need to love the world a little bit better at times, and that includes me, because I could get especially in the times that we're at, we can very easily start to judge somebody based off of politics, based off their view of mask, based off their view of a number of things, it's easy to judge people. And I think what it's shown me is that we as believers need to take the first step and really just loving people. And that's something that I learned. The third thing I learned is I don't have a lot of patience. And so when you get your kids at home all the time, and we're doing this A-B model where our kids are in school 2 days out of the week and they're virtual the other 3 days of the week, and it is a nightmare because, and bless my wife's heart, she is doing pretty much all of it. I mean, I'm doing a lot of the house stuff, laundry, all the housework and things like that. She's taking care of working from home as well as doing virtual school for the kids. So she is like exhausted all the time. So it's shown me that I can be a little selfish with my time, and I need to be willing to step in and help her out a little bit. What about you, man? What did you learn?
I think for me, it's how important it is to sort of share the grace that has been given to you, right? And I mean that in sort of the Christian sense of there's opportunities, obviously, with your kids to, when they're all around and you're strung out and whatnot, to take a step back and go, you know what, these kids aren't used to this scenario either, right? I think one of the things that I'm on a lot of homeschool groups, just because we are homeschoolers and there's a lot of stuff in there, and there's all these new people, and quite frankly, home public school isn't homeschool, right? Like when you're following someone else's curriculum, someone else's plan, someone else's schedule, and especially in your scenario where you got this A/B thing, that's not what homeschool is like. And so sometimes you can see people get a little judgmental on the public schoolers that are at home trying to figure this thing out when they've got a whole different set of challenges. It's one thing when you're figuring out the curriculum you give your kid and then you work them through it. It's another thing when a teacher's saying, you got to do all this stuff, and oh, by the way, that's way more stuff than I can get my kid to do in a day in my house. Right? Like it's just like, and so one of the things I've tried to do is let people know, look, this is hard. Like, it should be hard. And if you're gonna, I've seen so many people like sort of upset that they yelled at their kids. And it's like, you're human, right? Give yourself some grace in all this. You didn't sign up for this scenario, right? Like, nobody did. So give yourself some grace in that. But I think for me, the other part that God really put on my heart is because of work, I have all of these parents, and not necessarily even grade school kids. I was working with one mom who she's trying to have a business call with me while her 1-year-old has just now freaked out. And it's like, I'm more than happy to reschedule. Like, I could drop off and reschedule. And she's like, no, we got to have this call now. And I'm like, okay. And finally, and she just kept going, I'm so sorry. I'm like, hey, you know what? Don't think of it like that. And what God kind of put on my heart is to tell people, thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you for any number of things, because it does two things. Number one, it still recognizes that you disrupted the call or you were the problem in that thanking someone else. But what it does is that act of gratitude actually de-stresses you, rather than you getting focused on yourself. Oh, I'm so bad at parenting because I can't do a conference call with my 1.5-year-old on my lap. Like, who can do that, right? Like, nobody can do that. And so, but thanking someone else for their patience says to them, I acknowledge that this isn't ideal, and I really appreciate you working with me anyway. And it has made a difference, not only in my working relationship with other people, but I've seen people that I've shared this with, they're more relaxed about the chaos going on in their house right now that wasn't something they planned for. And so I'm really glad God kind of showed that to me through all of this, because I think that's some grace we can give to everybody, is just thanking them, because that gratitude is just a really powerful force in your life. So, and I guess for all the peanut butter we ate, I'm really thankful for peanut butter, right? But have you heard the peanut butter song?
I have not. Are you going to sing for us?
It's my jam.
So, you know what?
Actually, I have one. Do you want to hear a peanut butter song?
Probably not.
It's great.
Go ahead.
Peanut sat on a railroad track, its heart all aflutter. Along came a train and toot peanut butter. It doesn't get better than that, JJ. You know that.
Oh, I know. Well, hey, you know, when I was so bored during the stay-at-home orders, because I was going to work, yeah, but you come home and you'd be like, I can't go anywhere, and that makes it,
right.
It just made you like, feel like cabin fever or something like that. But I finally learned a lot about myself, and I learned what makes me actually throw up. You know what it is?
What makes you throw up?
A dartboard on the ceiling.
That's just dangerous.
I know.
Wow. All right, everybody. That's it for another episode of Two Dads and a Joke. We'll catch y'all next time.
See ya.